Hello guys! Hi guys! Hi, how are you guys doing? Alright. Well, um welcome everybody. We are today having an amazing time and we are going to be playing Limbus Company. Ooh, we're gonna get into the event today. You know? Um let's not dwell too much into the let's not dwell too much into the into the specifics, and let's just get on, baby. um so as you probably might know, there's a collab going with Arknights with Limbus Company as well. And so, well, the thing is, the oh, there it goes. Now you can hear them. That's Queenie, by the way. I love Queenie. I always have her now as my banner because they're so cute. I love them so much. The so yeah, there is this like event that is going on right now. And by the way, this is Spanish, right? This is Rebelión de las Masas. That actually means something in Spanish. That is saying rebellion of the masses, pretty much. It is Spanish, and I understand it, but like it's quite interesting to say the least. So before we enter the event itself, all right, shall we indulge a little bit? The title of the stream is that way specifically because like normally when it comes to like Limbus Company, the how do I say this, like events and stuff that happen, like egos and like even the intervalos themselves. For example, let's just go back. Okay, let me just go back and into the dragon, right? If I want to go to the last event that happened, that was the spring cultivation, I can now actually go there. I can see it over here. I can, I completed over here on stream. We all saw it. We all saw what happened. And we can even see the growth. So the event is kind of like still there, but yeah, all the rewards, everything that happened, it's already in the past. However, this one is gonna be lost. If when the event is done, this is when it's gonna be lost. They did the unthinkable, They did the the thing to make everybody wail. The good thing is that I'm not gonna wail because I don't give a fuck. Oh, but I want to see something over here. So, okay, no. And look, you can even like you can even exchange all of this. You can do all of that, and even if it happened before, like this one's for the event before, I believe. And look, they're still right there with no problems. But this one is not gonna be the case. I don't know. It doesn't even appear over here. Wow. Okay. It's that. Whew. So, I've saved it a little bit for it. So shall we indulge ourselves a little bit on the before, because we're gonna even get rewards out of it. And why is Don Quixote the whatever. Okay. Let's indulge a little bit on the on the gacha gamble, shall we? First, we're going with the 10s. Ooh, baby, here we go. Come on, baby girl. Go. Oh! Would you look at this? Look at this. It is my first pull. The update just came out. Oh, this is amazing. All right. So, what do we got? Oh my god, we got two of them. We got two. Not only one, but we got two. Oh, please. At least I want, no, I want all of them. Please. Who the fuck are you, bro? Oh my god. Oh, but it's the 2-1. Okay, that's fine. Wait. Oh, you okay? Okay, you know what? The Maestro Shredder, not that bad. Wait, that was it? What was the? Oh my god, I got Lord of Hong 1. I got Lord of Hong 1 again. Oh my god, that happened last time. I literally pulled for him like one time and I got him for the last banner, and I think I did. Oh, I did that as well with Ryoshu. Like I'm getting something new. Whenever I do one extraction, like no joke, they really like me. Oh, so that's the. Oh, so that's the color of the event, actually. And I got two. And I still got two. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry right now. They love me. They love me at Project Moon. They literally just love me. Oh my god, what did King Jump? Sorry, that was not the one. What was his name again? I am so sorry. I didn't mean that. What was his name again? I forgot completely. I'm so sorry. I'm high on luck. But I love you. I love you still. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Oh yes. Look at how pretty he is. Look at how pretty he is. And she as well. She is absolutely stunning, and look at him. Oh. Yes! To remain oneself. I got it. Yes! Oh, that's the one that I wanted. Flute sack but green. Oh. Flute sack but green. Oh, yes! I love you so much. You're so pretty. Oh, yes. Okay, now let's actually... Okay, let me do something. Okay, we're gonna strike again once. Because I feel like if I do it again, we might get a Gregor. I need my boy. Gregor, come home, please. Gregor, I love you. Ugh, okay, that's fine. Gregor, I love you, my love. Please. Please. Oh, one normal. Normal like that. Well, that's fine. Oh, okay, we got another high shot pack. Last one. Oh man, Gregor, why did you not make it home, my Pookie? I love you. Why did you leave me like that? Okay, whatever, man. Whatever. It's fine. It's really fine. We're gonna get many more pulls with the event, so it's fine. I already have with me 9. I only need one more to get. So let's do the Oh, I think I got it because of the check-in. Yeah. So yeah, let's do one stage, and I'm gonna get the ticket, and we can do another roll for 10. But ooh, okay, this is just like normal, like the charge. I mean, it kind of works because look, I actually have the W Corp Yiseg, so it can be useful for charge IDs. Oh, command meltdown. Alright. If the main target has burned or rupture, final power +1. Okay. Really standard, really normal. Deal 1% damage for every 1 rupture. Potency plus rupture count of the main target. Oh, this is actually so easy to... Wow. For every 1. This is the first time that this has happened over here on Limbus company. No joke. Like, normally it's kind of like hard to get to the rupture counts, you know? You can still make it to the 15% because, yeah, 15%, 30%, that's really not that uncommon. However, to be able to make it from the get-go, that's kind of wild. So, okay, gain 4 hardened shell barrier, okay. Gain stack. Wow, we get some good defense level up, okay. Immediately before getting hit by an enemy, consume half of hardened shell barrier and gain protection equal to the stack consumed. Okay. Not bad. Heal self and one ally with the least HP percentage by 15% of this unit's max HP. Oh! Mao Branch is gonna go crazy with this one. 251. She is a good... Okay. I need to get a better one because I just got recently my Tremor team. So yeah, I got the tanks, the actual tanks. If you want to see who's a tank for real, look at this two. These girlies are wild. But still, look, her life is not that bad. Like, and yeah, that's 15%. Okay. No, that's not it. Heal 10 SP for 2 allies, including this unit, with the lowest HP. So, herself and another person. Okay. Not bad at all, not bad at all. How many hits does it have again? Can you check on that? I forgot completely if you can. Oh yeah, over here. Oh, it's only 1. Corrosion has 4? Wow, that's kind of a big difference. Normally it's not like that. Well, okay, whatever, mine, it's fine. Wow, like, whew, look at her. I want to see her a little bit more. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, I love her so much. Oh, she's so good. I love Faust so much. I love her so much. Okay, you know what? A really good. Oh wait, how much damage does it do it as like a no, stupid. They just both look green. I just 57 attack weight. Oh, okay, and it's a 3. Ooh. Same over here. Okay. Okay, at 4 highest reason. Okay. Gain 4 hardened cells. Yes, if the skill damage did not stagger or kill any target. Take HP damage equal to... Oh, wow. Gain shield? Interesting. And you get 2 damage up. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, well, I'm good. We're gonna, of course, like get them to the highest level, but for the moment, let me see. Heal self and one ally with the lowest HP percentage by... Okay. Of this unit's max HP. If this unit is at max HP, it's a passive. And it's... she's actually a doctor. Oh, no, this is... Oh, this is good. If the heal received units are at 25% or lower, are staggered, multiply this effect. Oh wow, now that's pretty cool. If the last eagle skill Faust used during this encounter was Command Meltdown, lose only 1 stack of... Oh, so this one actually makes it better for the... This... Okay, the passive makes it so much better for that. Great. Honglu. Oh, right. I got the new... I got this dude. Fuck off. Now the other one. Ooh, to remain oneself. Ooh, okay, let's see. Poise. Oh, oh, wow. It's a poise. Okay, interesting. If this unit's... okay. Okay, so okay. So that is important. If it's before the attack, if we have Thunderer. After the attack, it's 1 week in Thunderer. So the idea of this ego is to do it multiple times. Okay, you know, I see. It's fine. I get it. And it deals 15% damage. Wow. Higher Thunderer. We'll see about that. And oh, that's right. This actually gives you level offense level up and defense. Oh wow, this is actually kind of a huge deal. What the fuck? That's kind of big. If this unit has Thunder or High Thunder, consume all of it and gain 5 High Thunder 5. So when you do it again, it's when you get... Okay, interesting. By the second one, okay, yeah. So it's at least by minimum, it's telling you, yeah, you should be able to use this 3 times. 3 times. Wow. Okay, well, you know what? Hell yeah. If this unit has some thunder, okay, yeah, even if it deals it more. Oh! Okay, poise? Okay, divided by 2. Percentage, but that is a percentage. It's cut in half, but it is a percentage nonetheless. So that is, I will believe that is kind of high still. And it reflects 1 sinking. So this has both sinking and poise for the rock. Okay, what about this? Gain 2 poise and 2 poise count if this unit has thunder or high thunderer. Oh, this is so low because it's meant to do a lot. You know, it's meant to be used a lot. 2, 4, 5. 5. Oh God, that's crazy. Okay, consume all of it again. Yeah, makes sense. Deal pride damage by 10% of the damage dealt. So it's even more damage. Nice. Deal pride damage by 15% of the damage dealt. Even more damage. If this unit has thunder, deal poison. Okay, the same. This is the same, right? It's. Oh, this one has more percentage. Interesting, to say the least. Higher thunder. Oh, no, never mind. It's just the other one. Right, I forgot. Yeah, this one is even more. Ooh, that's crazy, man. If you have a poise team with this, it's gonna be crazy. The amount of poise that you can get normally when it comes to the you know, with the gifts on the shop, it can get kind of wild. Whew. Okay. Inflict 1 sinking and deal even more damage by 25% of the damage dealt. This is just damage, but like pure damage. But like in a way, this is the other one that kind of Hong Lu did. That it's, you know, yeah, like this is the other one that does a lot of damage, right? But at the same time, it's not gonna do enough. This is 60. This is 58. This is 60 as well. So. No, this one is gonna do. Oh my God, I'm dreading what is gonna happen with the damage that this one is gonna be able to dish out. Is gonna be a little bit intimidating. Not gonna lie. Oh, ooh, yeesh. Damn, dude. Okay, well, you know what? Let's get rolling, baby. Let's get rolling. Let's get some of the rewards so that I'm able to do one of the other ones. Okay, let's see. Oh, specific ones. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get my boys over here, and yeah, this is a good team for that. This only this 4. What happened? What kind of story are we in that it's only allowed them 4 to be here? What the hell? I was exploring a lobotomy corporation branch when my consciousness sank into the depths. The sense of cognition itself, a concept without form, floats into the shadow of an ever-widening river, swept up in its currents to nowhere. Oh, when we run into an abnormality, but Sada told us that Hong Wan's lobotomy core branch should be free of any abnormalities. The abnormality, which had appeared out of nowhere, was more otherworldly than any we've encountered so far in our journey, and deep blue. It was fathomlessly blue, and seemed to have a pull that endlessly drew us into itself. Just as I was about to recall this abnormality, a myriad of sinewy sun flood of incalculable thoughts crashed into my mind like wild waves before ebbing away from its shores. Ebb and flow? Oh! We just got an ebb and flow references. Oh shit. Splatoon. Okay, I forgot how the song actually goes. Alright. I was already lost and adrift somewhere within my own consciousness when I realized this. Just how long am I going to be adrift? The sensation of my own consciousness floating away is quite the unfamiliar one. I floated about in this strange state for a while. See, unfamiliar voice seizes. Does it have a? No. An unfamiliar voice seizes my aimlessly drifting consciousness. Are you Dante? Huh? The fog of my voice clears as the voice breaks through the waves, and a concerned expression comes into view. Yes, I am. Ah, what a relief! Rigger, I think Dante has come to. So, who are? I was about to ask further question to the stranger, with particularly long animal-like ears, but I felt the drowsiness coursing back with the terrifying memories of the dream, rendering me unable to speak. I have to get a hold of myself, after an indeterminate amount of time has passed. I barely manage. Wait, I think the SFX are already as well a little bit too high. Only to find myself surrounded by more unfamiliarities. There was a stranger from earlier sitting atop a rock, unsightly taken in the sights. A young girl who probably saved my life. Wait, so where are those animal ears after all? Okay, that's not important right now. I have to prioritize figuring out where in the world I ended up in. So where? We're standing by the Ivorian coastline. How are you feeling? A little out of it, but I'm okay otherwise. Iveria, huh? Yes, we're in Iveria. Well, given that we're next to an ocean, maybe I drifted all the way to Eucorp's Great Lake? Right. This one, the other one is like, yeah, the other one has more like, real life names, you know what I mean? Arknights have a lot of like, closer to, yeah, our world names, instead of like having corpse and stuff. Iveria was an unfamiliar name, but that was all I had to go on, given that the city was still full of more unknowns than knowns to me. I radioed your colleagues when you briefly woke up earlier. They'll be here in any minute. I see. Wait, my colleagues? You must run into the sinners then? The fog of my mind immediately cleared as soon as I realized that the sinners were all nowhere to be seen. Sinners? I think so. I ran into them earlier. They were all looking all over the place for someone with a clock for their head. It was a pretty unique description, so I could tell right away that you were the person that they were looking for. So this clockhead does come in handy. Manager Bud! Dante! I'd woken up in an unfamiliar place to an unfamiliar face, and in the midst of it all, around senses of displacement, the faces that appeared before me were certainly a sight of four sore eyes. Cracker! On glue! Miss Rabbit-Tail told us, so she found you unconscious by the ocean, and I came as fast as I could, and oh boy, I worried that something bad might have happened. Glad to see you're dogging, they're doing fine. You're dogging? You're doing fine. Were you lost at sea? I don't know. Well, I do think I'm fine, though. I guess not having any way to drink water is finally come in handy. You should go get that checked out just in case. Wait, your hand's waterproof, right? Gregor takes a moment to steady his breathing and mutters a casual quip as he lights a cigarette. Well, he doesn't seem that concerned, maybe, but we're not actually in that much danger. So, what happened? Where are we? Do you remember the entry note that the lobotomy corner bench Sejun told us about? Ah, yeah. Yeah, we ran into a new abnormality and got sucked into it before we even had the chance to do anything. Man, I really thought that was it for us, especially with you getting sucked in there too, Manager Bud. But when we came to, despite waking up on our faces down in some ditch, we were all fine without a scratch. Though there was quite a mess when we realized that you'd gone missing. We wanted to search for you immediately, but it took a while before we got a better bearing of where we were. So we are not at U-Corp's Great Lake? Some of us consider that to be a distinct possibility, but it's unlikely. Ishmael was really certain that we were not in District 21. She did concede that we might be in an unknown area within the Great Lake of the outskirts, but that doesn't seem likely either, given that what the rabbit-eared lady there said. The outskirts region of the Great Lake, I've met all kinds of people from all over Terra, but I've never met anybody who referred to the Iberian Sea that way. Terra? Iberia? As I found myself puzzled by these familiar terms, a very obvious question suddenly struck me. Speaking of which, who are you? Wait a minute! Who are you? Yeah. Really? You fellas haven't introduced yourself to each other yet? It's just just a lot to take in. It's understandable. You did just wake up from a pretty harrowing experience. She's, actually, would you like to do the honors yourself? I'm Emilia, the leader of the Rhodes Islands. Please, just call me Emilia. I'm Dante, manager of the Limbus company. I know I'm late, but thanks for saving me. Thanks for saving my bacon. Oh my god, bacon. Fuck off. Okay, sorry. It seems that Rodeo Island is pretty big. It's a pretty big corporation, but Gregor traces off ominously and scratches his head before continuing with some mild trepidation. Oh my god. Whew. Sorry. Something almost fell. This young lady had with the rabbit ears doesn't know what the head is at all. She doesn't know head? Damn, she's missing out. As far as I know, there aren't any organizations on Terra with the same name as characteristics as the one Mr. Gregor explained. At least not with the name like the Head. Like, who the hell calls themselves the Head? Don't they know what they can misinterpret into? They must be dumbasses. Ricardo is crying right now. He felt a gut punch, and he just like and he just started crying a little bit. Oh no, this is not. I was getting confused. I think it will be Leiheng that will be crying because I don't think we have seen any. We only see the thumb and a pinky. No, yeah, it is. No, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit stupid. Oh, so sorry. It's Rhodes Island, not Rodeo. Sorry, Gregor's kind of bad with names. So what are you saying? So what you're saying is that we're not in the city anymore? It would be weird for any higher up at this huge corporation to know less about the Head than we do, let alone be completely clueless about it. Well, maybe we'll stumble into a previously undiscovered zone of the outskirts or the ruins, probably. Or maybe we really found ourselves in a completely different world. Wait, sorry. If their conjecture is correct, we're in a bigger trouble than I thought. This wasn't like the time we accidentally stranded ourselves in the outskirts via a door in the corridor. Mia stared at me with some concern as though she felt my distress. I think I can draw a connection to something else that's happening here. Really? Yes, recently anomalous signs and events have been occurring in Iberia ever since a mysterious dimensional door appeared at sea. And it's been said that this dimensional door is connected to something very, very distant, to something that we've never observed before, so... Seems reasonable to theorize that the dimensional door is how we managed to cross over to this world. I would really appreciate it if Foss was here. Where all the sinners go anyway? A bit late on the uptick to be gawking around for the other sinners now, don't you think? There are a settlement near here, where they're all helping out with various odds and ends of the village, while taking turns searching for Dante, of course. You know, I've never thought about how difficult it would be to search for someone when we're like fish out of water too. Man, barely got even a wink of sleep since yesterday. Everyone's got to be really tired then. So it's just you two out here for now. No, Ishmael and Yisang are the other half of the search party. We just happen to be the last group in the rotation. They must be searching elsewhere to find you, Manager Bud. We got the news early thanks to Amelia's comms gear, but the other team didn't. Yeah, we got lucky. The other team, well, we don't have any way to get in touch with them, so they'll probably continue their search until their shift is done. Oh, we're talking about the village you mentioned earlier? Right, you've not been there yet, huh? I guess it's a bit off the beaten path. Well, we're gonna have to run the booths with the other sinners anyway, so let's head to the village for now. Something seemed to pique Amiya's interest as she fell into a complete contemplative silence before carefully speaking up. I would like to accompany you there. Sure, I don't see why not. You help us find Manager Bud, and more importantly, you seem to know a lot more about this place than we do. I don't actually know the Veer that well either, but I should be able to be of some help. They've closed their borders and have practically locked out of any foreign influences from affecting them, but I did get a briefing before the mission. Closed borders, huh? Then how did you get in, Miss Amiya? We followed their track. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is gonna be really hard to pronounce. The Dr. Kalsid's directions, and illegally crossed the country border. Illegally, man? What the fuck are you on, Dante? Dante, you've done illegal stuff. You've killed people like in a really weird way. You've done some shit that will get you in trouble so easily. So do not, Dante, no. Do not get like surprised when somebody's illegal. Oh, Dante, please. Oh, does that mean that you crossed the border without obtaining any permission, Amiya? We had to cross the border somehow in order to investigate how and why the dimensional door came to be. Huh. Is it normal for a pharmaceutical company to do that? Pharmaceutical companies have to dispatch their agents for missions. Yes, where the island is, in its essence, a pharmaceutical company researching treatments for people infected with oropathy, but we also work to prevent and assist in the management of virus situations that can occur in high-risk areas. High-risk areas, huh? Wait, what about your companions? I thought you came all the way here on your own. We were forced to split up due to certain forces that were in pursuit. Wait, stop! Amiya's ear twitched as she came to stop and began scanning the surrounding area. Then, there! As we stood about confused, Amiya started noticing something, pointing towards the seashore hidden behind the large and cragged rock formations. What are we supposed to, huh? There we saw someone wielding a lengthy great sword, bickering with two familiar faces. Again, move, you're in the way. You don't need to worry, as I usually do. We have attempted experience battling monsters who are much like them. Listen, I'm not worried. Come on. Better to have 3 fighters than 1, right? Besides, the first person we ran out here, so you're the first person we ran out here, so we got a lot of questions to ask. Yes, Gizmael! Dante, you're unharmed. And here I was, getting ready for a 3-day-long search. What a relief. We were already worried that we might never be able to find you. Ooh, we managed to find them thanks to the help to Miss Amiya here. Amiya? Are you two acquainted? Not a good time for internet. I can't wait until we take out the sea melters. Scotty, are those organisms the seaborns Dr. Kalstis mentioned? They're sea terrors, to be specific. The less sophisticated amongst them. And they probably hear from me. Sea terrors? Yeah, that's when I'm on the water. Yeah, I'm a squid right now. I'm a squid, right? when I get into the water, that's what they call me. You know, that's what when they see me, they just say, "Oh, a sea terror," and yeah, they just talk to me like that. The sticky noise of something viscous slithering against the rocks. When I turn faint to the origin of unsettling noise, I smell the heavy, wet scent of brine. And the end of my gaze awaits strange monsters, unlike distortions, unlike abnormalities, unlike anything I've ever seen. It's as though the sea itself is encroaching on the land. I was almost certain we were at the Great Lake, but I'm not so sure anymore. Your experiences with the thick scent of brine at the Great Lake must have put in a wary mood. As usual, I seem to be a lot more apprehensive about these monsters than anyone else. Do you think those creatures will be whales or mermaids? I don't know. The Great Lake and the outskirts are full of unexplored mysteries after all. Dante, what do your senses say? It's unclear. I'd say the closest comparison I can make is with the whales, but even that's not conclusive. More enemies on the horizon. We should prepare for battle. Does it seem like we can talk things out when them, though? Oh, wait a second. Before I do so, guys, did Dante talk to her with no problem? I already forgot. Can she hear me? Can both of them hear me? No, I don't think so, right? I don't know. I didn't pay attention last time. Oh, we're gonna have Japanese and Korean at the same time? Oh, hell yeah, brother. Oh, this is not good, though. We're gonna get kind of fucked up a little bit. Hey, we got one of them. Oh, I don't like that. Did you see that? What is that all about? This is gonna be bad. I just know that this is gonna be bad. Oh no. Okay, let's do this. Gregor is the second one that's gonna get that? Okay. Oh, this is gonna kill a lot of them, actually. Because I don't think they have like that much, Oh, right, I should, well, it's fine. I should have selected, Yisang first for this, but it's fine. Oh, rather easy though, this time. I bet that is not gonna be the case later on. Because these ones are so easy. They're so weak. Oh! Is that the sound when you do that on Arknights? I haven't played Arknights. Maybe that should be the next gacha game that we play. All enemies remaining have retreated to the sea. Good work, everyone. Yeah, didn't think that I have to deal with anything remotely like this outside the Great Lake. You can tell. You can say that again. It would have taken us a whole day if that scary character didn't occupy the other half while Miss Rabbit helps us from a distance. As we were catching our breath after the battle, I had a brief hum. When I turned that source, I saw Scatty glaring at me with a palpable alarm. Strange people who transform. Oh right, yeah, they must. We might look like fucking magical girls to them, you know, a little bit. we might kind of look like that for them because we just like literally become different people, like completely. So yeah, interesting. And head of clock. I guess they're both technically true. Well, that was nothing more than a theory at this point. I think we have a lot to do when it comes to do with the dimensional door we're supposed to be investigating. Nice to meet you, I guess. Oh, there we go. I only hear a ticking clock. Oh, that's because only us sinners can hear Atlantis' voice. Huh? What's up? No, I'm wondering just how Miss Mia can seemingly understand. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so she was able to. Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, it completely flew over my head that I didn't even question how weird this is. That voice sounds like a ticking clock to me too, but I don't know, it's almost like I can sense. Oh my fucking god, shut up, dude. Shut up. Her explanation running with the blue boy. Yeah, shut up, man. So you can read me kind of like how Birgitius can, I guess? Well, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just been a bit of a hassle to always need Foster Hongdu to translate for you, Dante. I'd like to know exactly how she can understand Dante, but I don't think we've got the luxury of time to sit down and figure this out. So are we heading down? Out? Sounds like a plan. As though we're got anywhere else to go, right? Oh, and Miss Rabbit here will take it along too. She said she'll help us find our way back. I'm glad I'll be working with you too also, Mr. Hongdu. Took the words right off my mouth. We've already helped us plenty, and you clearly know a lot more about this place than we do. Yeah, the journey is long. Perhaps our banking on it ere the sun's fall will be wise. How long is the journey? No idea. It's not like we have a clock with us. I do know that's not very far though. We just need to walk along the coastline for a bit. Scotty quietly points in my direction. Oh, Dante can tell us the time because they're not on time. Then why the clock head? I didn't exactly choose to get myself a clock-shaded head, you know? Fucking call me a slurp if you want to next time, bitch. Damn. And, you know, like, yeah. But I don't think she would. I looked away from Scotty's inquisitive eyes, which were quite solidified fixed on my head. The gods of 5e are hardly good places for people to live. Those things can go anywhere in this world, but they thrive at places that meet the ocean. So how do people manage to build a village at a place like this? The monsters are called seaboards or sea terrors, yes. Well, it's true that they possess certain difficulties. They were hardly the kind of monsters with the strength to bring courage and drive out the local populace. Don't judge them on that brief skirmish. She's just still enough to be on our guard, right? Scotty can be quite a bit curt, but she's not a bad person. I don't think she said anything wrong. Nothing rules out the existence of stronger variants of these creatures being out there. Scotty's concern only served to fan my curiosity, but something about her expression communicated that I probably shouldn't pry, so I quietly quickened my pace as we walked to the village. Okay. So, well, you know, that's what I was thinking, you know, like, they were so weak. It's kind of weird. Maybe we made it into the beginning of the... Oh, wow, that's a lot. Oh, do you hear that song? Oh. That's a bop. That's a bop. Before we go there, you know, let's just get this baby up. Because we're gonna extract again. Oh! Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you so much. Please do not be a repeat. Bring me my boy. I want to see him in his full glory, please. Yes! Yes, look at him! Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Yes, Cracker, yes! Slay Queen. Oh, wow. Hello? I got the... Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was the other one. Oh, okay, we got another Blade lineage. Okay. I don't think he's that good, but that's fine. But we got the Cracker, baby. We got the Cracker. Oh, we got the Cracker. We got the Cracker. Oh, by the way, all the other things that we saw before, I just realized all the things that we saw before, it's kind of biased because the thing is, this is at 1 uptie. The more we uptie this, the better it's gonna become. So, can't wait. When used for the first time in battle, consume 1 fewer wrath, 2 fewer sloth, and 1 fewer pride ego resources. Okay. At +1 man in scabbard. Okay. Effects to the leftmost skill slot in the dashboard. For every stack, gain 1 protection. Okay. Gain 10 stack at the turn end. Wow. Okay. Heal 25 SP. Oh, we heal SP, and we can 1 offense up. And this is unclashable. This is just to gain the ability to use it. I guess next time when we have this, perhaps? External effects cannot trigger this skill to be reused. Okay, so we cannot do it again with the with the rusty coin. At 40 minutes covered becomes clashable, and on use at 40 minutes covered it until this skill ends. This unit cannot be staggered from taking damage and gain clash power +20. Consume a minus scabbard and gain the following effects. All of them rounded down. For every stack consumed, recuperate 1 ego swords. Okay. For every stack consumed, gain 1 plus attack weight. Oh wow. Okay. For every stack consumed, gain 1 defense level up. If 40 stacks consumed, the 40th coin deals 50 plus damage, and this unit gains 2 protection. Okay. Deal damage for every 8 burn plus tremor on the main target. Heal 5 SP for every target that was staggered or killed due to the skill damage. Max 25. Okay, if this skill did not consume 40 mana scabbard, this is a lot to take in. Reuse this coin, minus scabbard attack consume -1 times. Oh, interesting. Inflict 1 burn, 1 tremor, if this is the final coin, and if the target has... How do I get this condition to be met? Is it 140? When it becomes this, maybe? And maybe this is... Okay, maybe this becomes unclashable, and this is a small error. Project mode, everybody? Can we ring them and tell them, guys, I think this is supposed to be unclashable. Yeah, if this is the final coin, and if the target has 15 plus tremor potency, trigger tremor burst. Then reduce the target's tremor by... Okay, this is a tremor burn team. Burn. Interesting, to say the least. Okay. This is the corrosion one. At 40. Okay, consume 1 minute carbon and get the following effects. Gain, wow, a lot of defense level up. Oh my god, 110 damage, and this unit gains 2 protection. Okay, deal 3 damage for every 6. You see, this is more like it, but still, this is kind of low. This is still kind of low for the conditions, because 3% for every 6 burn. That's good. Base power for -4 for every cracked coin. Makes sense. Okay, but yeah. Gain main scarf when meeting one of the following conditions. Gain 1 for every 3 HP damage taken from getting hit. Gain 1 for every 5 shield HP damage taken from getting hit. Gain 10 per staggered ally when other allies become staggered. Gain 20 per dead ally when other allies are killed. Turn start. If this unit is staggered due to damage, and if this unit has 40 plus main scarred, fix all this unit's resistance values to 2 for the turn and recover from stagger. Whoa, that's really good. Quite interesting to say the least. Quite interesting to say the least. Of course, we're gonna get our wow. I don't fucking know how to say that. Our wow egos. Interesting, all of them are wow. No, this one is he. This one is he, and this one is he as well. Okay. Still high threat. High threat. I don't know how to say it. You know, like, it's just they're high threat still. I got 12. Oh, 87. And I won't need it. I won't need it because the egos that I'm gonna get, 77, that's good. The only problem is that I'm gonna have to use a lot of this now. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to use a lot of these boxes to just get the egos properly up. And I'm gonna, because those egos are crazy good. They're just so good. So yeah, I guess Isank is gonna have to be converted into the other one. Honglu's and Gregor's not. Ismail is gonna be a wait. I just realized. How much is it for 1,000? Okay, then I'm gonna save for that one next. I forgot about this. When attacking, use just a single target. Power plus 2 and deal. Wow, 100% plus damage. Plus 100%. Oh, so it's double the damage. Nice. Clash power plus 1 for every 4 sinking in the main target. If the main target has higher than 1 gloom resist, deal 5% damage for every 0.1 excess to resist. Add 2 plus gloom resist and deal. Okay, wow, nice. It's tremor and sinking. Okay. If there are staggered, parts broken, or killed units among the targets, inflict 2 sinking against a random non-targeted enemy. Once returned in focus encounters, each part counts as 1 target. When attacking just a single target, apply it to 3 targets instead. Okay. And it just does that. Gain clash power plus 1 for every 5 sinking on the main target, max 3. Gain the following effects for every 3 highest resin. If it's a gloom resin, for every 2 highest resin, gain 1 plus 1 attack wave. Okay. Ooh, apply 1 blunt damage up next turn. Interesting. 2 highest resin random allies including this unit. Okay. If the set resin was a gloom resin or an A resin, apply 1 gloom damage up as well. Interesting. Inflict 1 gloom fragility. Oh wow. Interesting. Huh. This is just kind of like mixed between damage and usefulness. Well, I like it. Is it actually blind obsession? I have no idea if blind obsession works like that. Well, we shall save for that first. You know, we're gonna get that one first, and then later on we can just get all the smaller ones. Stages. Let's see. Village of the Dead Lighthouse. Okay. This is pure story. This hardly looks like a village. It's more like the ruins of one, isn't it? It doesn't seem like they've done any proper upkeep to the place. Not in a while, at least. They're really here, living together. The strange buildings tell the story of former prosperity from a bygone era. Our steps leave no footprints on the white and muddy ground on it. I see rotten skin sign. I see a rotting sign marked with the name Faro Muerto. Dead. Faro is like lantern. Dead lantern. Okay. Everywhere I look in this village, I see evidence of long, silent abandonment. We don't see this kind of abandoned-looking ruins often in the city either. Well, yeah, there's always someone or something out there waiting to capitalize on that for real estate. Be it a syndicate or a corporation, and fix it up. Better than this, at least. So, where are the sinners? Living down there, where... Oh, we're in between a twine of ships there in winds against our sail. Oh, wait. Oh! And that is when the youngest mother boomed. Her command most resonant. That's Donkey. I was like, wait a second, is that Donkey? Yeah, it is Donkey. Say no more. I didn't have to try to search for them. They unmistakably sonorous and familiar voice echoing triumphantly between the empty buildings. That's Don Quixote's voice when she's sharing her adventurous tales. There she was, standing atop a low podium like an actor on stage, regaling a group of people in rags with tales of our adventures like a traveling thespian. Answer the ye dogs! Horsemen! 'Tis the moment, Ishmael, the first mate of Bessel, Mephistopheles shall navigate. Oh! Stop! Hold on, just what do you think you're doing? Young Ishmael! And unhand my mouth, for I was about to regale them the most fantastic tale of the adventure of the great Manager Squirrel! Verily, this has returned with Manager Squirrel safely now. Oi, the phone clockhead. A burning clock for a head? When I was a child, I heard a story about a legendary circus with a flaming head. Oh, something like that beside our humble village. While the exterior may carry elements that inspire fear in some, there's no cause for alarm. even though they are a clock. There's no need for an alarm, am I right? But if you still want to hit him on the face to try to stop him from alarming you, I will not stop you. Yeah, they might look like that, but they're Dante, our manager, and the rest are... Oh, hello! I'm sorry, who are you two? They're two very nice people who helped us find Dante. This is Miss Amia, leader of the Rhodes Island. And this is Caddy, their operator. They'll be coming along with us for a little while. With us? We believe that our dimensional door, which we at Rhodes Island are investigating, has something to do with why you suddenly woke up here in Iberia. As Amia was bringing the sinners up to speed. The villagers who were staying at us curiously approached us. Did our conversation manage to convince them that we're not a threat? I sure hope so. You are friends of our saviors. Saviors? Verily, 'tis quite the fun title, but yet that is indeed the word by which we are addressed. To be more precise, by saviors, they refer only to Fuzz to notice. Fuzz gave me a light nod when we made eye contact, but I could tell that her lips were drawing a very, very subtle smelling arc. So I'm guessing something did happen. They were mistrustful upon our initial arrival. What business do you have here? What if they're from the Inquisition? Oh no, what do we do after all we went through to get here? Calm yourself, everyone. None of them are carrying what appears to be their scriptures or lamps. Let's first try to see who they are. Man, I don't think they're gonna trust us anytime soon. They're all curmudgeons? Less SNT and C than PTSD. You can do that, Roshu. What can pillage their storage at the pods? It looks like they already have hardened us enough as it is. I don't think ST and C is a good way to get started either. We should get a find ourselves. Just look at how thin their arms are. I don't think they're in any shape to help us out. Perhaps we should inquire as to whereabouts of where we are to the side or lodging. Well, the landscape is certainly reminiscent of Ucorp's. But I recall seeing or learning about any place that looks like this, though I can say I've been to every corner of Ucorp. I ask again, what business do outsiders have here? Their fingers are tightening around the grips of their weapons. Prolonged silence will most likely turn into a hostile encounter. We can't have that. Hi, we're from Limbus Company. We're fixers of justice. Oh yeah, that fixers of justice. Oi, don't you know what want to keep it down? Fixers. That over there is the ship's blueprint, isn't it? Are you looking to repair a vessel by any chance? All this construction material seems to suggest so. This does not concern you if there's a mere outsider can understand. Curious, as we've never seen an energy source like this before. Have you run the test to rule out any stability issues? It seems that the heat exchanger is some method comparable to the utilization of fusion energy. Have you any thoughts on this, Miss Holt? The general design and structure is somewhat old-fashioned, but there certainly are inspired parts to this design, particularly with the usage of the core energy source. While stability will need to be further studied, this technology seems to be incredibly energy efficient. You identify all of the things. You must be the village chief then. If so, I have a proposition for you. In return for assistance on their ship repair, we will promise a ride on their vessel. Miss Foster theorized that perhaps by going out onto the sea, we'll be able to find a way to return to whence we came. Does that mean we can find a way back somewhere out there in the seas? Nothing is certain yet, Dante. At this moment, we're working based on a hunch. A hunch? Insistent the implicity on her boy's choice of words. I slowly turned around to look at Faust, who nodded solemnly in response. If we're really in a different world, even her Gessel's shaft has to be. No issues were encountered in the repair process. Faust smiles faintly as she looks around, then she pulls me up by my hands. She whispers in a low voice, "My connections to the hedge that's currently operating at a suboptimal level, Dante." So it's still connected at least? Indeed, it is. However, even exchanges of simple information are taken up to dozens of hours by current calculations. Is this a warp train situation? Because we're in a different dimension? That cause should be identical. We have been connected to an unidentified, unpredictable dimension. However, Faust is aware that the pathway to our original dimension is yet to close this time, unlike the situation back aboard the warp train. So to get back to where we came from? Indeed, traveling through the pathway is the most feasible solution. And from that you came up with the whole plan to repair the ship and sail out to the sea? Yes, well, I'm also a genius after all. A mere conjecture that we probably came through a dimensional door of sorts. Looks like that dimensional door might be what Faust is looking for. With high likelihood, yes. At least there's a way back. I find myself coming down a little bit. Oh, speaking of which, when do you think you can wrap up the repair job? As fortune should have it, a majority of the most time-consuming parts of the repair have already been completed by the locals. It shouldn't take us more than a day or two to get the core parts of shipshape again. Executive Manager? Well, I'll be staying here for a few more days then. How did you manage to last night? Like I said earlier, we've been keeping ourselves busy looking for you this whole time. We took turns helping with the repairs and resting, but I doubt any of us got proper night rest. Still, we weren't gold thanks to the village who kept the fire going for us all night. Not to mention how they helped us a ton with the local map they drew us. Oh, also the chief handed us this earlier. What's that for? It looks like a sack to collect water. Give it here. I know how to get that installed. As we prepare for this efforts repairing their ship, yet the service they provide us is certainly quite generous, even when taking the transactional nature into account. They're really giving us the best treatment they can, huh? As for food, we managed to fill ourselves with some cookies and bread Rodia keeps in her pockets. They don't want to eat their food supply when they're already pretty tight, you know? She carries enough cookies and bread for 12 people? My boy, let a hungry woman be. She is a big, hungry woman. What about that? Let her be. Oi, did it offer us some nosh, eh? Those try that fish thing, but we're refused. I ain't talking about food from the needy. No need to concern yourself so much with our hospitality. You have done more than enough to earn your keep. I turned around to look at the source of that low rumbling voice and saw an old man in an outfit that seemed to distinguish itself amongst the other villagers. There you are, Chief. Is there a place for us to stay the night? We do have places to shelter from the mystic humidity at the very least. There's an empty building there, so feel free to occupy it for the night. Are you sure? I mean, I don't mind sleeping in the street myself. Hey, speak for yourself. I've been looking forward to sleeping with a roof over my head since like yesterday. You'll catch a cold sleeping in the elements in this environment, which is fine by me, but for the rest of you. But we can afford to have the executive manager or our honored guests suffer that fate. Honored guests? What happened from the 4 who left in search of the executive manager? First, I would like to begin by imparting my infinite gratitude for you for finding and rescuing the executive manager. I heard that you are a leader of the pharmaceutical company. This acquaintance shall certainly come in handy in case our stay becomes significantly prolonged. I'm just surprised by her boldness to say something so materialistic with her standing right there. Can I stay in your village too, Chief? The village chief took a brief glance at their hymns while her right wrist and nodded. Welcome to Faro Muerto. You're welcome to stay for as long as you want. And please to let me know if you find ourselves without food. Our food supply may be tight indeed, but we have enough to share with those who helped repair the vessel. Oh, you better not go back on your word later. I wonder what kind of local delicacies await dried fish like they were eating earlier, maybe? Hey, Chief, what is it? Just how are you surviving out here by the sea? Perhaps the question of how are we surviving may be somewhat misdirected. For we're only pursuing every possible avenue because we must survive. The chief responds to Scotty's perceived hostility with a hearty smile. After leaving some firewood for the night, he left. I'm going. Can't learn much more from here. Huh? You going somewhere at this hour? Scotty, does that have to do something with the coast? I remember what you said before we got to the village, something about how coasts are hardly good places to live in. And I want to know if this has something to do with the coast? Do you understand the Aegir language? Aegir language? No? Dante Scotty just spoke in... Oh! So Dante can understand anybody. Yo, that's so much fun. I love that. Dante can literally understand anybody? That's really fun. I can't understand a word of Scotty and the chief's conversation because I don't speak Aegir. It might not be that there are enough lexical similarities between one of the city's languages and the languages Scotty spoken, and for them to comprehend the meaning. Weird coincidence. Anyway, I have some things to look into, something you're too slow to see. You'll still have to tell us about it later. Please remember you're not in a solo mission, Scotty. This is a team effort from Rhodes Island. Will do. Scotty nodded lightly before leaping off into the night, out of our sights. I'm kind of worried. She's not the best with people, but she's also pretty thoughtful. She'll be okay. Should we head inside? Should we head inside? The sun is starting to set already. Oh, yeah, we can probably just begin unlit building and stay the night there, right? Trying our best to ignore the mood that was starting to turn awkward, we made our way into a nearby unoccupied building. Pick the biggest one with the one without you know, the most built one, I guess you can say. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. My ear itches a little bit. What the fuck? Well, we got some lunacy. That's one of the good things in as well. Nah, we're not gonna get enough for the. Oh, it says warning. Why does it say warning if it's only quote unquote a story? We walked past a few narrow buildings and remnants of narrow buildings before we came across a hall large enough to house all 15 or so of us. Okay, now we're ready. With the curtains on the window removed, the smoke has an exit. Whoa, whoa. I thought that we were doomed to shutter ourselves to sleep with soaking wet firewood and all. I had no idea that worked. We just have to get a small fire going underneath it until the wood dries up and catches fire. The downside will being all the smoke. This could have some field experience, unlike some fools I know. I shouldn't sit here and let carry the burden of labor alone bequeath upon my ingredients, wrong Rodion, for I shall conjure thee a pot of special fixer soup. You're making soup with cookies and jelly? No, you're not getting anywhere near the kitchen again, not after what you cooked up last time. Well, I must say, to a certain level of interest, as many of our fellow specialists are oft wrecked with intense agony upon ingesting dishes of your making, perhaps it will be wiser that we save the occasion for a safer environment. Right? Don't you remember we agreed to leave cooking tomorrow, Adi, if we're ever in a situation like this, remember? Did we? See, I think it's become sort of an unspoken rule after everything that happened. Remember back during last year's cooking contest at Q Corp, there were only 2 people who managed to get remotely positive reviews. Oh, does that mean we'll get to try Adi's cooking once again? Denied. We still have plenty of high-calorie foods like cookies and jellies here. I find no reason to do something so inefficient. I'm glad to see that everyone's still energetic. Given the circumstances, it can be easy to suddenly wake up in an unfamiliar environment. Well, we're all quite used to get thrown around into unfamiliar places. Speaking of which, did you manage to reach your colleagues, Amiya? They might have left their comm devices, or maybe they ran into some other trouble. Could they be in danger? I don't know, but I'm sure they're okay. The doctor counts they're both more than capable enough to look after themselves. Long have this curiosity lingered within me, thus allow me to inquire. Corporations are, by their nature, organizations in pursuit of profit. Yet, the activities of your corporation, resemble those of charity organizations, as opposed to a pharmaceutical company. Is there odds that might explicate this blurred distinction? I wanted to know too. How come a pharmaceutical company like Rhode Island helping people? Something Mount Honolulu said brings back unpleasant memories. Oh, sorry. The horrible experiment seen through the cascade of flowing tears in the face of suffering, the embodiment of greed that left a terrible wound in Honolulu fathoms. The pharmaceutical companies I've seen in my journey were corporations that, despite possessing the capacity to heal, chose to obsess over profit to the profit it can provide. There are many in Terra who are suffering from a disease. The disease crystallizes you. It spreads deeper and deeper into the infected's internal organs, eventually culminating in their death. It's called oropathy. Amiya showed back of her right hand, dotted by what appeared to be obsidian crystallizations. Its appearance reminded me of the biotreatments from the backstairs, but there was something more to it, something more restless, more sinister. It's a terrible, painful disease, but there haven't been any recorded cases of full recovery. But there's an even worse problem. Pray Pray tell, what could possibly worse than an incurable deadly disease? While it varies region by region, discrimination against the infected is widespread across Australia. Oh shit, we're going into racism? Well, classism, I guess. But still, yo! Those who suffer from it must face unfair treatment. Isan began with a dark expression. Some are acquainted in places with terrible and inhuman conditions, and there have been massacres too. I don't mean to be callous, but is this oropathy highly contagious? She's like, hey bitch, is it safe to be around you? Because I don't know if I want to be here right now. No, there have not been recorded cases of infection by contact as long as the subject are alive. But when the infected dies, the crystals grows on their body, decay and turn into dust, scattering, which is what spreads the plague. Then burying environments like active battlefields, where casualties are to be expected, staying within close proximity of the infected in their daily life seems to be pose hardly any risk. So what's the problem then? They're already past the point of caring about what the problem is. Once people start feeling iffy, all logic goes out the window. Then Rhode Island's goal has to be, yes, it is important to develop a cure for the opathy. I think what really matters is that we change the circumstances for the better for the infected. That's not going to be any endeavor though. That will give you your first more meaning. I hope you can achieve that goal, Amelia. I really do. So true. The citizens we both live in worlds of surprises, don't we? What kind of world did you come from? This city? What kind of place is the city anyway? The kind of place with too many pointless rules. The kind of place where the moment you think there's too much, you seem even the worst. Try as I might, I couldn't think of a single positive thing about the city. The cynicism to be in what came after was quite scathing. The place where good deeds rarely ever go unpunished, where sympathy is a good attitude to have if you like to getting stabbed in the back. Nothing good ever works out there. Oh, it's a shithole. Shithole. Oh, Birmingham! Because I've been living in Birmingham, it's a fucking shithole! Yeah, that's that's what reminded me of. Heathcliff is literally him. What was his name again? It was David or something like that. Oi, come to Birmingham and ask for. I don't remember what his name was. It's an original place full of absurdities. Absurdities is omnipresent. Therefore, is not a subject by which one should be aggrieved. We can at least grouse about them, though. I mean, it's the only thing we can do. It would be more correct to experience more and acclimatize oneself to it instead of complaining. You did say something like this, like you did say something like that last time. Just as the mood was starting to turn rather sour, Don Quixote's shadow shattered through the awkwardness. Verily, never a day gone by untarnished by villains and their fell deeds. Yet worried I not, for where evil riseth, so doth the fixer of justice too. Don Quixote jumped from her seat and passionately shook her fist, which was followed by a heavy crack on the sound of Miles Powell tumbling down. Don Quixote, watch out! Oh! And from behind the wall, she actually broke down, and a familiar visage of a villager appeared and stared back at Don Quixote. It appeared that she was eating something out of a can while reading a book. How first, though? How first, though? First, thy foot! You gotta apologize first. Oi, that seems a touch too hyper today, eh? Oh, apologies. For hardly expected the wall to crumble with such ease. Art the one hurt? Any injuries? Two? Pray tell, to what? Forget the apology. I just want to know what happens next. The fixer of justice rose up to what? Of course, those stories are gonna rise up into like yeah, it makes sense. Has it come to hear the tales of the fixers? I don't know about coming to us, given how Miss Don Quixote was the one who punched the wall down. Well, it's too late an hour. I don't mind waiting till morning if you want to sleep. Nay, not at all. 'Tis only an hour for tales, in fact. Prithee, seat thyself here. You ungovernable fool, calm down. We don't even know who she is. And don't forget that to share those fixer tales over there in the corner to not disturb our sleep. Thou must make a request most untenable. This tale deserves to be announced to the world with great gusto from the center. Yeah, that's the best way to hear those kinds of stories, but we should probably introduce ourselves to each other first. Name's Mayers. How should I put this? Did you meet the village chief earlier during the day? He's my Gramps. The nice guy. So he had a kind of granddaughter. Yet, I have not seen you once, Miss Mayers, under the sun. Oh my, you're right. I thought the village was completely dried out of any young blood. Like Roger said, while we didn't see Mayers out there wasn't anyone else in the village we could comfortably call young. You're telling me Gramps was working over nothing and told me to stay put inside, going on and on about the dangers that outsiders pose and everything. It seems that we have to do not give you full faith to their saviors. There are things you cannot share even with the whom you trust with your life, though I would like to know why. My so there are a bunch of other kids stuck indoors in this village? No, there isn't anyone around my age in the village at all. If that's the case, I guess I can understand why he'd be overprotective. Anyways, it's our turn. I'm good. I've heard enough to get an idea. What, you did? Oh, pray how this thou hear us. Be our listening device most strictly upon our chamber. Mayor stepped aside of the wall. The part of it was still standing anyways and smelled ironically. Bath is some proving at Chris, you're pretty much everything. Don Quixote, right? Everything Don Quixote practically sang during the day. Verily, I see. I think you can really do with some sense of embarrassment for us. Well, I guess that's good enough for self-introduction, so... Can't you regale me the tale of the fixers who bring justice to evils of the city? Undoubtedly then, haha, this shall do. I shall regale thee with the tale in which the legendary fixer, the arch-magnificent herself, the Red Smith hath... Oh, spoke to kill any hope for the goose nice crib, eh? But don't you silly pass that rhythm enough of your back hitting the hay no matter how noisy things are? Oi, what? You take me for some kind of hibernating bear or something? Look, I even have trouble sleeping, eh? When there's noise, I love it. I'd say bear in hibernation is a pretty apt descriptor. For all that grumbling and moaning, he dozed off before any of us did. Aside from Heathcliff, who began snoring the moment his head touched the ground, some other sinners were fast asleep as well. Mercer fell into a sleep in his usual steadfast adherence to the routine, while Faust laid claim to one of the few available classrooms as soon as the close of business for the day was confirmed. The sinners who had spent the entire last night searching for me in this unfamiliar land slowly began to fall asleep as well. Meanwhile, the Vessels of the Swell Association, first section. The other night was no longer young. Don Quixote was still eagerly sharing details of adventures without even a single sign of fatigue. She's not determined to do this until sunshine, is she? You underestimate heavily Don Quixote. Oh! I guess it's okay, here seems to be having fun. As I continued to watch the pair with some mild concern, Amiya, not yet asleep, approached me. The city Miss Don Quixote's picture seems to be teeming with fixtures of justice and accelerating tales of adventure. Did you actually experience all of them yourselves? No, of course not. Don Quixote's stories are usually those of other famous people. But she's telling it with such vigor that it's almost like she was there herself. Well, I guess, if you really want to get into it, some of them might be retells of Don Quixote's personal experiences. Right, yeah, this girlie has lived. This girlie has lived a long time, so she knows game. She knows ball. His man replied uncertainly. Thinking back to the place we were made to watch back in La Manchaland. Well, I think all the stories, even though they were only partially true, just go to show what a ridiculous place it can be. We wouldn't need fixers of justice to begin with if we really lived in a just world, right? A really good place to live without quiet and peaceful would be quiet and peaceful without someone having it to force it. That's true. I hope there come a day when Rhodes Island can be a normal pharmaceutical company in the future. Huh? Something wrong? No, I just thought Miss Mayers and I made eye contact. Did she ever heard a conversation? I look in her directions, but all I saw was Major excitedly reacting to Don Quixote's tales. Well, what happened then? Thus, speak Lady Loris, boldly before the soldiers who stood in our path. Though presummons to stand in our path, servants of the master most unworthy, Otis shall educate ye on how manners make. Don Quixote was now retelling the story of Limbus company adventures in Convent, and Otis, who could no longer stand Don Quixote's unintentional alterations of the story, jumped to her feet and shouted, "Damn it, what kind of nonsense are you feeding her? I never said anything like that!" Barely, I can. Certain aspects of this retelling may have been exaggerated. That's a tales of adventure for you. Things are bound to get a bit dry when a story is told too realistically and is, right? You know nothing, not even anything as resembling a proper record of a book remained once. The profound silence swept through this village. So I've always had a craving for this kind of stories. But Iberia won't stop Iberians from immigrating, contrary to the tight immigration control. Have you ever thought of leaving this place? It's still a challenge to cross the border, especially since we're going to have to pass through larger cities that are managed by the Inquisition. I'm particularly fond of this Inquisition. Why is that? That's because the village was formed by people who grew tired of living under the Inquisition's rule and fled. Sorry, but what kind of organization is this Inquisition? Sinclair asked, face turned cold upon hearing the word Inquisition, and that people fled from it. Yeah, the Nagel and Hammer we saw back at Call aren't the kind of memories that are so easily forgotten. According to Dr. Kant's list, the Inquisition is what filled the power vacuum once Iberia fell into chaos. That's it. That its inquisitors are the rapier, I guess, and lamp-wielding protectors of Iberian cities from lawlessness. Yeah, I don't think it's the other one. I don't think it's the other one. That alone kind of makes them sound like good people, though. Yeah, they are, but there's the Church of the Deep. The Inquisition will go to whatever lengths to deal with the incidents related to the church that worship seaborns. Find an organization that worships those monsters? It seems that cultist fanatism is plagued wherever we go. I feel like people with all kinds of wrong faiths and beliefs are so common. See, the Zeros are the ones that messed up Iberia up, so we're following their logic. Apparently it's okay for them to arrest anyone who seems even remotely connected to them. Are you saying that Iberia is like this because of the seaports? No, like temporarily, I guess. They'd be kind of troublesome to deal with, but they didn't seem that strong. Anyways, it's just what I heard from Gramps, but the Inquisition executed many innocent people too, in their crusade against the Church of the Deep. For those who could proclaim to be on the side of justice, they seem to be quite fond of committing such ability. It seems like a reasonable policy decision to me, but it must pose a clear danger to the daily lives of civilians. Yeah, I heard I was the only survivor. Everyone in my family died. You must have to endure such a long period of pain. To be able to say something like that with some composure. For Iberia, there are heroes who will bring the land back to its glory days, but Gramps, they were just oppressions making this life difficult. That's why we all come here, fleeing from the Inquisition's gaze. And therefore, still decided to settle at a place that is so run down? Indeed. Yeah, I know, but it's not so bad once you get used to it. Besides, we managed to find a new path thanks to you guys. A new path? Well, it's getting late. Will you be repairing the ship tomorrow too? This place really has no soundproofing at all, huh? Good talk, everyone. Hope we will get another chance to do this tomorrow too. After seeing Mayor's to her room, the sinners, those who were still up anyway, and I laid ourselves on the hard stone floor with only a thin layer of cloth between it and our backs. A mysterious world that is neither the city nor the outskirts. But it seems that the lives of these people led were just as difficult as they were anywhere else. Yeah, poor people though. We got a lot out of that. Okay, here we go, baby. Okay, now we got all of them. Well, you know, for the sake of just like passing, I'll just get all the all the okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm just gonna use the team that I normally use always. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because the Mao, come on, the Mao branch is the best.
잠깐, 이번 임무는 내가 나갈게. 괜찮지?
Do we do the horse or the chicken? I think the horse. Peter, the horse is here. It's so big. Amazing! I didn't know there were remains of vessels of this castle in this class in Iberia. Aha! Is be her name here. This called by the name of Rebelión de las Masas. Rebelión de las Masas. Revolt of the masses, is it? And I'm very much marred. Well, rebellion or revolt is the same thing, you know? Rebellion or revolt. It's potato, potato. So he knows Spanish? So, by the way, Yiseng knows Spanish? Okay. Look chimed in that he was rather fond of it, with the size being about the same as the boat from his home. While Lishmar quickly jumped in to correct us that the size alone wasn't anything special at the Great Lake, but it was still pretty big compared to Mephi or Indigo Elder's skiff. I thought it was going to be somewhere around Mephi's size at the most. Are you sure you can get the ship fixed in a day or two? As I briefed you yesterday, the great majority of the time-consuming repairs have already been completed by the villagers. The extent of our repair efforts only concerned a few components with the vessel that the villagers could not repair, which shouldn't take us much time. Unless parts that are unfamiliar to Faust are also malfunction and chisel the core engine, repairs should be sufficiently managed by Faust. Despite our discomfort declaration, I could not help but feel oddly unsettled as I looked at the ship. I don't know why, but it seemed to tell me that they don't want to linger here for too long. Still, please be thorough about it just in case. I'd rather not sit in a sinking ship again. The experience at the Great Lake was enough. Do not worry, Dante. Unlike Mephistopheles, most functions in this vessels, buoyancy gear, propeller, steering gear are all in operational capacity. This repair should be much easier than with the case with Mephistopheles. They seem confident enough. You should be safe in this time, alright? Are we taking the rope to climb up with the ship? No. This will feel lift like a apparatus down here. It should take us to the ship. Its stability was verified yesterday. Let us board the rift. You're 100% certain, right? The boat is afloat right now, Dante. I don't think you'll be sinking anytime soon. Wouldn't that be nice? Oi, are you just going to taff on down there? We're heading up now. No, we'll go with you. As I made my way into the vessel's bridge, I was greeted by the extravagant interior that was as gaudy as the exterior. This isn't real good, is it? Sure is shiny a second here. I've got butterflies in my stomach. Yes. Sort of aesthetically satisfied, she says. But too ostentatious, not quite my style. Oh, young Meph is also quite the excellent vessel, yet imagine the adventures we could embark on board this vessel, most lavishly decorated. As fast as we're working on one of the control panels, Ismail walked up to another and interfaced with it before giving an unknown nod. There must be an investigative or researcher vessel of sorts, but it doesn't seem a bit extravagant for one of those, huh? The coordinates of the real light, it seems. The coordinates seem to have been set to somewhere out in the middle of the ocean. Maybe it points to a small islet? Nope, no islet here. Oh! Blimey, lass, you sure know how to sneak up on people, eh? Mayors? But did I feel surprised? I did ask if you guys were gonna come to fix the boat today. Still, didn't know you'd be here. Why did coordinates set to this location? There are several undersea cities beneath those coordinates, collectively known as the Age. Gramps' home. I see, understood. Was understood, if I may ask. It is now understood why the promise to repair the ship was sufficient to earn their trust and their title of saviors. Oh, what's she on about? Someone get translating, eh? Consolidation and cross-references. They observed particular circumstances of the village and the statements from the village chief, alongside information garnered from the exchange with mayors. It is possible to gauge the significance of the ship's repairs as to the local populace. Of course, while this may constitute a sequence of logic and connections, that possesses a certain challenge for calculators to comprehend. To employ a degree of effort to attempt to explain it in more digestible language will constitute a pursuit of inefficiency. Oh. Lower the pattern. Lower the pattern, I implore you. I shall explain it in full. I was wondering what Miss Mara would have starting backgammon like that again. So what's she on about? Heathcliff's shoulders were relaxed. It didn't seem like he was actually going to swing the bat. He placed it lightly over his shoulders with a sigh. A brief observation of the village suggests that we were at that substance. The situation was quite dire. Much of them without their daily substance consisted of dried food, most of them made for long-term storage purposes. Considering what Scotty said about how the coastal areas are full of danger, maybe those dried seafoods aren't from around here either. Maybe they saw it from the package when they first came to Faro Muerto? Some villages were armed, yeah, and those sea traders weren't exactly that formidable, but given the state of the villagers are in, I doubt they have an easy time repelling those monsters. Indeed, and this brings us to the question of sustenance. Right, what's going on here? A lesson here, roundabout visit to the hometown, and they're trying to get some food supplies to feed the villagers and to convince them. They're plotting to use the fact they're from the same neck of woods, or sea, I guess. Also, Virgin Trans were planning their ship or impeded the food supply plan too. Huh? What's wrong? It's while the expressive were rather crude, Heathcliff's summary of the situation was clear to the point, and easily understood. The student stared at him with mild surprise, and I did too. Oh, what's with them unknown looks, eh? Wait, oh, you sots. You think I'm that dim-witted, do you? Top-notch intuition. It's just that it's been a while since you've shown this side of yourself. Thinking back, Heathcliff's intuition always been excellent, and he'd often put together surprisingly accurate conclusions with impressive speed. You know, when you really think about it, it's kind of your fault for Oh, I've been off too sort of you lately, haven't I? Oi, get by here. Now that those fools are out of the conversation, was he correct? Others looks back from the usual chaos and asks Mayors. Honestly, I'm surprised he was on point. Yeah, food's been running low in the village. At this rate, we won't last any longer than a year. But the year will, I'm sure, they will welcome us with open arms. I don't want to come off as overly worried, but do you think they'll welcome the others too? Unlike mayors or chief, they're not eager. I believe they will. If various suspects and hates the Aegir for no other reason than we're from the sea, but our home cannot have fallen so low to abandon a group of starving land dwellers. Perhaps might though explain us to who the Aegir are. The initial thought of being a reference to a region seems to refer to an affiliation of sorts. Maybe there's something like nest dwellers, though I don't think they've heard of the nest that accepts backstage people with open arms. Or maybe they used some rich folk. Or if they can call the nest Tofsege, then those that make the gravity a glass Ege too. Wait, in the world you came from, do they not distinguish between races? That is not entirely true. The lineage between races is a concept that does exist. Though I only saw them in the Fathoms, they were those terrifying things called the cuckoo spans. However, as a general rule, it can be said that humans should be the only intelligent life forms in the city. The people of Shire have slightly varying appearances depending on the race, like my coatus ears. And I have pointy ears because I'm an Ege, though it's not a characteristic every Ege shares. The closest I get to what there is appears to be Lokito seemed to be struggling to finish her sentence. Marcel stepped in to continue. By the context of the matter of the word's nature to include the meaning of classification. The closest of in a world will be blood fiends, similar external appearances to humans, different natures, comparable sapiens. Tis of my belief that blood fiends are ostracized due to their nature that make thus coexist with humans difficult. It might be that Aegers are sure some of them do possess qualities that make coexistence with others difficult, but they're probably rare. Then wherefore the many subjects of those hatred and hatred? That's... language is new. Well, the language is new, but the idea itself is very familiar to the city folks like us. Think of the fetters of fallen kings. Kids born of the backstreets, people who replace their body with parts with prosthetics. The form differs, yet its essence we find to a thread. Something about how we keep finding these similarities in the ways of our lives, despite finding ourselves in distant worlds with different rules, races, and humans. Felt oddly discomforting. Yeah, because there's gonna be racism no matter what. Oh, isn't that amazing, everybody? Wow! Fucking hate this shit, bro. The point is that you guys are doing us a real solid by fixing up the ship. Let's move on from the gloomy conversations, okay? I'm gonna show you the cooler parts of the ship, and this way. The ship tour might have to wait. The upgrade is almost complete, but an issue has arisen. Issue? Oh, whoa, that's not reassuring at all. Multiple life forms that I had assumed to be the Sea Terror's horde. The ship radar systems will suggest that the vessel is surrounded. This is some monster from yesterday. I said, give your manager to order us to prepare for battle. Them are the Sea Terrors you encounter? They look a little bit different, but yeah, probably. There's a lot of them, but if our Lex's experience tells us anything, we should be able to handle this. I mean, yeah, please support us in battle like you did yesterday. Cause don't fight, young mayors. I feel like I'm just gonna get in your way. Then, guys, find a place to keep mayors as far as possible from the battle. Then let's hurry down there. We don't want them damaging the ship any further. So they've been fighting with seaborns. Well, like I guess if we weren't here, the ship might be just destroyed every day. I'm stupid. I forgot who I put it first. I'm just gonna use everybody's ability. Let's just get a full resonance. Oh, yeah, it was her. Okay. Oh, nice. Alright, let's see. So like first of all, yeah, the seaborns are actually like the like they're just like completely annoying. They would have destroyed the ship if we were not here, right? But they seem kind of weak. That is true. I don't want to think that. I was like looking at the I'm not gonna lie to you. I was looking at the like the story now, and it seems like they're just like, well, okay, maybe that's it. They're just like literally by pure masses. That's what they are. They just like literally overwhelm everybody, always, and so that's why they became like so incredibly powerful. But they do have like really powerful like seaborns that are outside. So I'm thinking like, is this like building up for what exactly? Is this building up that the literally endless masses coming for us, or is this building up that, you know, there's gonna be much worse enemies coming up? It seems like it's the first one, because 20, well, they're just really, you know, they're just really easy to deal with, but still 20? Okay, girl. I have one missing for the 5 with my boy E2. That's gonna be so much AoE damage. Ugh, but whatever, man. That's fine. Oh, we did it already. Mission accomplished. Mission complete. Just like Fox will say it. Mission complete. You were the one who did the most damage? Okay, fast. Alright, girly. Hell yeah. Oh, it shows us over there. Okay. That's kind of a lot, actually, already. She's so cute. Alright. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, okay. We're gonna have some fun now. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun now. Oh, God. This is gonna be dreadful, hey? That's interesting. Reap nutrients. Quite interesting to say the least, if you ask me. Now that one is the one that. Now that one is where we can think, uh-oh, we might start to have some problems. Wow, they're really resistant though, aren't they? Also, is it me or is it that gauge coming really close? You know, it's getting close to being completed. I don't like that at all. I feel like that's a bad omen, like a really bad omen. This is surprisingly really hard. They are really hard to kill. I don't know what the hands are, but okay. Alright, but what? Oh, yeah, they're none. but it's attacking them? What the hell? That's great. That's great, thank you, Hongdu.
빈정투성이네.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Bah. Man, what the heck? That's great. And by the way as well, guys, like I don't know how much like I'm gonna be streaming today, but I'm not gonna stream that much. I was just like excited. The thing is that, you know, I was thinking like, man, I really wanna play this. You know, I wanna get the I wanna do the event as soon as possible, and oh, get ready to get bombed, bitch. What was I thinking of? Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, I think it's gonna be like, you know, I'm just gonna wait for the event. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be able to like just wait for it, and like if anything, if I cannot wait it, or like, you know, it's not gonna be early enough, I'm just gonna do a mirror dungeon and in the meantime. But I was not able to even get into Limbus company at all. Terminated entities have origin to sea. Is everyone okay? It was just like our last skirmish. Sea terror that had surrounded the ship returned to the sea even before the battle came to an end, and the retreat felt too orderly and deliberate to just be running away. It is almost like they're making a tactical retreat. What are you doing, Peachy? But what about the ship? Oh, is the ship okay? Minor damage to that will impede the ship's operational capabilities. Whew. So, like, noticed the battle might be wrong, of course, but I think I noticed how around the end of the battle those monsters were staring to go after the manager. You're probably right, actually. I noticed too, at some point during our battle, those monsters realized that our manager is the one who commanding the rest of us. I observed the very same. Their movements were fluid and adaptive, as though they were learning our behavior. What's the Church of the Deep worship monsters like them? Oh, that ain't of much of a question, ain't it? They must have gone all mental, eh? I'm sure they have many reasons, but Seaborns are beings of infinite potential. So much so that there's no superlative big enough to properly complete this scale. As organisms, they can endlessly evolve and adapt. Every time they encounter a new environment or a new element, they transform themselves on other Seaborns. Maybe that's what it is. That fascination may be an attitude most befitting a researcher, yet the transformation of that fascination into ideology, as if I may frank, not entirely possible. I find them pretty uncomfortable. They just remind me of whales. They can attempt to learn a language to communicate with us. What? Comprehend everything we heard. I think they sound really smart. Mayor's eyes went round at Honglu's suggestion. She put her hand to her mouth, surprised. It was sure was something. I heard there was a Seaborn who could talk. If non-humans speak the languages of humans, regardless of its testament to their intelligence, I can only think of two possibilities as to why they would. One to communicate with humans, the other to deceive humans. More often than not, it's the latter. What about distortion? Some of them already know how to speak. Distortion are phenomena in which humans transform into monstrous forms, first observed at the night of nights and the dark days incident. Therefore, the example is irrelevant to Otis' proposition. White nights and dark days? She whispered quietly, but as we're standing rather close to her, we were called into the hint of joy in her voice. The pillar of light in the city didn't really... How come you come across this knowledge, Miss Mayers? Oh, that's... And it obviously, we've got the copyright, the storyteller lass who've been gathering on with no end. Yeah, she's been talking a lot more about all kinds of stories, hasn't she? Oh, yet I have not forgotten that. You again. You get so lost in your own stories that you babble all about our company secrets, have you? Nay, if I so simply not. As I give out the subject to another round of scolding, Amiya started outward at the sea, wary of the sea terrors might be crawling to the surface once again before turning towards us. I wonder which of the two the sea forms are. Their sense of self is really faint, so I don't think they'd be in either category. I think it's possible that the large human language out of England, that the power of speech might help them survive. It appears that you, Miss Mayor, are quite an expert of the subject of sea words. Your knowledge of them goes beyond the fear of one's survival may yield, thereby suggesting a different means of acquisition. Do you by any chance worship the sea words? I don't worship the sea words. Sea words do not have any hopes or wishes, just desire for survival. Miss Mayor, does that mean if sea words were somehow able to hope? Maybe so. Is that so? The repairs are complete. As we were conversing, Foss descended from the ship with a nearly organized set of tools borrowed from the village. Repairs completed. I'm guessing repairs are done? Yes, the ship is ready to set sail. Do you have the departure time and data on mind? I would prefer if we could depart as soon as possible. Would have to set a time or anything, but I think we should be able to set sail this afternoon at the earliest. That soon? As you see, we don't have a lot to bring with us, huh? By the way, how far at the sea do you guys need to go? We need to find this dimensional door of sorts. I could see the dimensional door's light from the beach at night. It was faint, but given how the light is strong enough to break through the sea fog, we should be able to determine its location somewhere on the coastal borders. Oh, so we can go back tonight, eh? The first order of business is to relay this information to the new villagers. Yeah, back to the village for now. They walked a little bit more on the loading screen, that's fun. I guess that's to convey that they're actually walking. Hey, I'm walking here.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼구나. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
Ooh, we're getting close. We're getting close to being able to extract once more. You know what? I'm going to just use all my lunacy. Like with this event, with the lunacy that they gave me for the event, and after that, I'm going to save for Porky's Lunch or any other new pools that come out. Because the thing is that I'm gonna get a lot of the 10 pulls with the other ones, you know, with the other things. So I think the lunacy should be fine for me to be used. There's something going on in the village. I hear it too. Hear people shouting, hollering. When we returned to the village, ship repairs completed. We were welcomed by the Russian hostile standoff. A quick count told me there were approximately 20 people assembled at the village square. Considering its population, that was pretty much the whole village. Who's that over there? Inquisitor. I think we've been found. The Inquisitor, dressed in a well-kept uniform, was about the same height as Don Quixote. The sword and lamp hanging from her waist sits in stark contrast with the more run-down, ramshackle village. Oh, she looks really nice. And she is really tiny then. She almost looks like a fixer from the city. So, the Inquisition has discovered a village. Did you really think that you could that you could forever stay out of the Inquisition's gale, citizen? That's an naive dream. Fabius disappeared from the Inquisition mid-interrogation under charges of suspicion of membership within the Church of the Deep. Last known location? Salt's Flat. The other Inquisitions have informed me that you have been identified to pirates in its fringes. From a criminal to an outlaw, what a dramatic evolution of a career. But it ends here now. Every citizen here, including you, will accompany me to the Inquisition. Then have they never broken They have never broken a single law, nor are they always of any kind. They're not like me. They've disregarded the Inquisition's authority. I've evaded the case of Iberia and found this southern coast to lurk in. Tell me I'm not supposed to find that suspicious. What are you talking about? You cannot just start arresting people left and right. But it's a suspicion like that. You shouldn't. We only wish to live a quiet life, ma'am. If that's so, then you might find yourself returning to this village one day, as long as you're telling the truth. Which is not an option for you, Fabius. Was he really a pirate? Well, yeah, but as far as I know, he's been out of the game for a while. And even if he ran with pirates, all he ever did was share Fabius jerky to villages, or carry agrarians between them. Even if you're telling the true mayor, I doubt the Inquisition will be lenient. Well, what now? I have no one but question to ask. That Inquisitor, is she following the proper legal procedures? I don't know about the laws of Iberia, but Dr. Calcis told us that the rules of Inquisitors were pretty much the law here. It's likely that they follow the proper legal procedures. The procedures are wisely what the villagers have fled from, after all. Then it's decided. Others quietly grabbed me to the side and whispered outside the mayor's earshot. The students who were right next to me seemed to have picked it up, though. Actually, if it matters, we best immediately return to the ship, take them out of it, and sail at our own. It is unwise to involve ourselves in this conflict. What? What? Are you sure this is not will let him, eh? Arrest the villagers. Didn't you hear what the Inquisitor said? It seems like quite a cut and dry to me. If this is just standards with procedures with no local laws broken, we are no place to involve ourselves. It is our best hope is to take the ship before they impounded that too. We can do that, even if the standard procedure was working within the law. It's not you set up too by your story, didn't you? You know that the Corp Inquisitors were working within the law too when they came for the village. That was standard procedure too. If anyone has stepped in, then I know what you went through, but I still rather not take a risk in an unfamiliar environment like this. I will try my best to figure out how to sail this ship. If I cannot, then I have faith in Ishmael to quickly learn its controls. I can say you're wrong, but I don't know. Neither you nor I know anything about the ocean currents here, Otis. We can get the ship going, but I can guarantee that we'll reach the dimensional door without any trouble. Do you know anything about the sea currents in this region? Not much, but I know the coastal sea somewhat. And you can find the Inquisitors directly here in Iberia. Fleeing with the ship might be the better option. What should we do, Dante? Yeah, I guess it's gonna awkward for us to just take the ship and go, huh? Oh, well, we try to talk to the Inquisitor then. I think we should at least try to hear them out first, them being the Inquisitor and the Chief of both. If the discussion goes well, we might be even able to get the Inquisition support. Like Mr. Honglu said, we shall hear them out first, try to convince them. I agree with them both. First, let's at least see what the Inquisitor has to say. Oh, Prophet's right, she says. I guess that truly is what I so clear. Right, there's no way we would choose anything other than violence, right? Said it's because the other options are pointless. Inquisitor seen us, we're already under suspicion. She wild up, let's try to stop us if we flee now. So let's talk first, lower her guard, then attack. Pretty sure that's not what I meant. Well, if she's already onto us, then we should give her any excuse to attack us by running away. I was wondering what you were doing here, looking in the background. Are you from the Colombian Union? Colombia? Oh, Colombia mentioned. Ah, you know, I mean, like, come on, it just literally, if you pronounce it, you know, it's like what they did with the Colombian, with the this is like the way that people say the name of my country. Colombia. No, it's Colombia. But you know, I'm gonna just call it Colombia because fuck y'all. They're wearing a clock for a head due to two reasons, but they have nothing to do with the Colombian Union. What's the Colombian Union? TikTok, what? Which language are they speaking? Regardless of whether you're from Colombia or not, you're clearly not from Iberia, let alone this village. You're not competent. I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. I consider you don't know enough about these villages to stand between them and an Inquisitor. How long have you been staying here? 2 days? Buddy, don't just tell her that. 2 days. Alright, enough of this chicanery. Get out of my way, outsider. The attempt appears to have been made on quite the unstable ground. Please let us read for a minute, Inquisitor. I'm a Yellier of the Rhodes Island. Yes, I'm aware of reading close part of the situation. I felt hope swelling within me as Amia began with confidence, unlike Sinclair, alas it was short-lived. Thanks to the Inquisitor's quick retort, I couldn't help but place my palm against my forehead. The exchange that followed. Also, not only we're dealing with outsiders of devious origin, we have an illegal entry as well. That's weird because the issue demands urgency, and I've been briefed. Brazenly crossed the border signature. I don't know how urgent that issue could be, but I doubt it's anything more significant than the situation and a half for Riviera and its Inquisition. The High Inquisitor is handling the Rhodes Island issue. Stay putting away the consequences while he and that chatty med doctor of yours talk it out. Do know that your treatment may depend on her negotiation skills. As for the villain chief, I understand that you have the right to arrest him, as he is a fugitive who has fled in the middle of an interrogation and has been sailing with pirates. However, it is an inhumane treatment to arrest the rest of the village as well. Inhumane? This decision is well within the rights bestowed upon the Inquisition. They lived for years right next to that highly suspicious Ega, and the Inquisition must have investigated the rest of them as well to verify whether they have committed any acts of treason against our laws. This ain't going anywhere, is it? Listen, they've been surviving for years upon years by the coast without protection of the Inquisition, and that simply cannot make sense. Oi, I think I've heard enough from you. I ain't funny how you're blaming them for what is essentially a failure of your responsibilities, eh? And now you're all in here only to go they shouldn't be alive. I'm arresting them all, eh? What are you saying to these people? They should be dead or something? I am. There's no other way to put it. People simply shouldn't have been able to survive in a place like this, not for this long. The Inquisitor's reply only seemed to fan Heathcliff's wrath as he lifted his bat and began striding forward. Oh, that's it, eh? That's if you ever so much as touch the tip of a single bit of his hair. Please calm yourself, Heathcliff. But Honglu stepped in between them. Get your bloody hands off me! I've had enough of her! Continue to threaten her will cause something irrevocably bad to happen. I believe you know that yourself, Heathcliff. Oh, what did you suggest then, eh? We're clearly not making any progress by trying to talk this out. Excuse me, Miss Inquisitor, what do you mean that people shouldn't be able to survive in a place like this? I mean it literally. Even by some miracle that they could actually do survive, they should at least be suffering from endless hunger, struggling to their wits' end, and the inevitable of the calamity. But they look too healthy. The heck? They shouldn't be. Then you should be applauding them for managing to survive through so much hardship. I am an Inquisitor. I'm not some crazy person on a power high who goes around accosting and arresting civilians of a view straight off to the council, okay? I have more than enough probable cause to take them in for interrogation. It's just that I don't have the time or energy to explain every single one of them to your outsiders. I promise them a fair judgment, whichever way they may be, even after a proper investigation. So stop it with this obstruction of justice. The Inquisitor brandished her rapier threateningly, her voice shaken with frustration. Dante, without a full picture of the secret, the false advices against further antagonization of a local political authority. I agree with Faust. I get the feeling that she's not the kind of heartless Inquisitor that goes around indiscriminately executing innocents, like Miss Mayer told us about earlier. I don't think she's like the Inquisitor of Incorp we saw back at the call. They were right. We didn't have a full picture of the circumstances get in the way of an Inquisitor who was clear whether a significant political entity in the area was more likely a bad idea. It isn't the Inquisitor's job to answer your questions. Continue to ask me then, as the sound was showing no signs of ending. Miss Mayers? I can answer your question, so for now let's just do what the Inquisitor says. Mayors have been hiding behind us ever since we returned to the village. Suddenly she stepped forward. Yet, what of thy grandfather and the villages? It's a fact. I'm sure it's happening only because of the Inquisitor doesn't know. What do you mean you'll answer the questions? About the profound silence. Major's response to orders was about a single concept. It didn't quite grasp their significance, but it seems that it surprised the Inquisitor. That's what they called the calamity that destroyed Iberia. Oh. So they're gonna tell us what happened. With the Seaborn and all. Okay. Oh, that's why they're giving me so much of the things, because clearing via hard difficulty stages will automatically clear the corresponding normal difficulty stages as well. Ah, okay, makes sense.
뒷박질 시간.
Decades ago, a great wave ravaged through Iberia. It wasn't long before the seaborns carried by the waves diminished Iberia's brilliant civilization to this. The waves, the profound silence, they must have reduced the village to its current state as well. Is there isn't it's called the profound silence? It doesn't seem to be the most appropriate moniker for a calamity like that. It's because the sea went dead silent before the waves came. The silence then claimed ships out of sea, then the cities of Iberia, then the Iberians. No one can say a word in the face of inevitable calamity. What are you? No average Iberian citizen should be privy to any of information you're sharing. And the church that she is really capitalizing on the pandemonium that followed, the profound silence. They pretend to be Aegir from the sea, delude the citizens of Iberia, and are sowing chaos in her lands. So why are they arresting the Aegir left and right? I see the thought process, but huh? So it's understandable why the Inquisitor will want to arrest us. Dante? This is a good friend that seems to have some kind of taboo-like thing for the Inquisition. The Inquisitor wordlessly stared at Mayers. Her eyes were filled with traces of anger and confusion, but she's afraid. There was a fear in her face of a threat. Not the fear of the terrified, no. It's the fear of someone who's suddenly confronted with something they must destroy. The High Inquisitor once told me that should I come across an Aegir who knows too much, there's a sliver of a chance that I may be of assistance to Iberia. She's the author using with the brandish of the firearm. But most are seduced by the allure of the sea. Thus they are, with little doubt, our foes. I've got a bad feeling about this. Get out of my way, outsider. Final warning. Run! Quick on the update, as always, Rory as long as Mayos over her shoulder and run past the villagers. While the sinners scattered in all directions to the Inquisitor, the Inquisitor does her firearm. And in the midst of all action, Don Quixote rushed toward the Inquisitor with remorse and hesitations. Don Quixote? Thou shalt not go further, fixer of justice, shut up alive by those persecuting them. For those the battle will delayed and are avoided, this clash is inevitable. At that moment, crisis seconds before this could irrevocably make us a new enemy. Monet? I'm just gonna Monet. Oh! A large obsidian crystallization in the shape of a monster burst forth between the two of them. Who is it this time? That's enough. Whoa, holy shit, you're really saturated, girlie. What the fuck? Oh, that's the doctor? Okay. She's so saturated, what the hell? Alright, girlie, go. Show us your saturated self. Hell yeah. That's enough meaningless speakery. There's Ghost. Do you know her? Yes, she's the Ghost of Road Silent Medical Departments. Ah, there's Ghost behind you. Should first talk later, is it? The negotiations are over. From this moment onward, Road Silence is now operating within legal capacity on Iberian territory under the Inquisition's authorization. The Inquisitor fired a blast of the firearm-looking weapon, but the monster summoned by concepts managed to deflect it. And the cannonball thrown from the weapon punched clean through the wall of the building we stayed in the night in, before pushing through several other buildings behind it. That was enough to instantly freeze the sinners and the villagers on the spot. That penetrated a building. The walls may have been wicked on the head standard for what counts as a building clear wall that punch through so many is. What a precise point it makes. Don't stand around. No, it's not the time to stand around and press. It is about a shooter to have much penetrative power in a firearm. We're not in the city. Don't lose your heads over this. Taboos don't apply here. My head knows that to be true, yet my heart finds it difficult to be still. That's enough. That is enough of the discussion for now. It is advisable that we carefully observe and craft the situation at hand instead of delivering on a taboo that the jurisdiction of it does not reach this far. Yeah, the situation hasn't gotten slightly better, huh? If she's somebody's friend, she's her ally. Besides, she's got some super powerful looking pathetic gear looking thing, dude. Is that what you think? Apologies for disappointment, but I'm not on anyone's side. In other words, your particular denomination ally might not be entirely correct. However, if I must define my allegiance, then let me inform you that the closest label will you be that I'm an Inquisitor's Arene's ally. Dr. Causist. Amiya, outsiders. As much as they would like to deny it, the Inquisitor's suspicions are true. But it can be said that the process by which she reached that conclusion was unfair. The conclusion itself is without a doubt correct. So they're actually connected to the Church of the Deep? That is one way to put it. To be more precise, they are connected to the Church of the Deep. They are the Church of the Deep. Perhaps the village itself is a dilapidated church of their congregation. Our village church? Just look at our building. Where we even congregate? Your thoughts, Vast? There are no many resources by which we may analyze the decision. However, the fact that Amida's colleagues have made the same argument as the Inquisition brings that accused defense into the question. Yet I can hardly believe that your mayor is lying to us. Hold on, you've been chatting plenty with the Inquisition or whatever. How do you know we are in line with them the whole time, eh? I see. You really are all entirely in the dark. An expected outcome, given that all you may have been from a place far beyond the dimensional door. As fortune should have it, there is no need for you to know it anyway. Truth is truth, unchanging, without the acceptance from an errant group of outsiders. Besides, soon. I'm sorry, it seems that we've married you in this travel. Seriously, not to think we should abide by one such injustice is perpetrated before our eyes. The village has been identified by the Inquisition, and it was just been thought even bought an ally. It seems quite unlikely that the worshippers of this conflict. But we promise you we will take responsibility for what is done. We have benefited far too much from your warmth and kindness not to do so. The village chief, with a benevolent look, pulls a dagger from his cloth, and I immediately knew what Calcius was about to say. Take responsibility, no, I have to go that. Blimey. We are not departing for the sea, yet as we cannot bring ourselves to leave you here, I must ask you to join us for this journey, become our blood kind. What are you doing? Stop! The unanticipated, or perhaps I was simply in denial of this rising dread. Ambush did not end here. Damn it, the Inquisition was right. The villagers suddenly began shanking the sinners with weapons they had concealed in their clothes. It seems that they were coming for me as well. I'm here, look left. I might realize a black ribbon, like apparition, parrying away the dagger, flying in my direction. But another bullet rushed in, taking advantage of the opening. The charging villager's back made a vessel crunching noise. Someone flung them away. Didn't mean to be this late. It's gotta let me catch you up to speed. You know the situation. This fishy smell is what I went to investigate earlier. What about the sinners? Unlike Amiya and I, who managed to survive the initial ambush, the sinners weren't doing so well. As we had a silver lining that in the Inquisition and the Council's quickly understanding of the situation. How? I didn't notice any hostility or aggression. Well, nothing to say. Why would we hold any animosity against you? What would we intend to kill you? We're not trying to hurt you, we're simply trying to give you a form better suited for the sea. Until we were obstructed. I apologize for unfamiliarity has caused you trouble, Inquisitor. I won't make a big stink about what happened. What's truly unforgivable was that the heretics tried to take advantage of the ignorance of outsiders to flee the Inquisition. And even if you're outsiders, any lives lost and of your soul are my responsibility. It's my fault. I'm sorry it came to this. Wait, life lost? We're still alive, you know. We can shake off all that wood. Like, this is most unfortunate, outsider. Huh? What? Your friends are either going to die or turn into sea worms. The daggers that stabbed them were laced with the flesh of the sea worms. Once that happens, most die, and the survivors become overridden by themselves, becoming nothing other than the sea monsters. What's that? Not a very big deal? Everyone was acting like it was it for the sinners, but hey, I should be able to deal with this during the decline. Not that bad. May only concern is that I didn't know what would happen. The golden bowl helped to deal with the whale's palification effects, but I had no idea what it would interact with the seaboard transformations. We should just kill them before they turn. Oh, this will be very hard for you, but what? Sorry to bother you with this. You can kill my friends, and preferably in the least painful way. Do you know? Oh, sorry. Was the last part kind of too much to ask? Wait! Don't give up already. If we bring them back to the world, we should be able to do something to help them. How should I spend these guys? Can you I don't know what you mean, but I can just right now. My strength has rapidly deteriorated since that ambush. It's kind of tingling too. Maybe they use some kind of pyrolytic cocktail. Just trust me on this one time. I can assure that I'm not just giving up on them. But I mean, I can understand the outside speech. Yes. It's just that they're making a pretty difficult request. They were meant to kill their friends before they transform into sea worms. Okay. And before we even knew it, Scotty had already decapitated sinners. None of them who resisted. Amiya seemed to have been taken aback, but how fast Scotty jumped into action. What are you doing? Scotty? Don't let this broke you. This is just how we roll. The clock turns. The guiding hands grip toward the headless torsos, connecting with the threads of blood. The sensation of what it is that result of the sinners and are severed from the rest of the world, rewinded in isolation. Is everyone else going back in time, or we define the concept itself? The pain is multiple words than the sensation of straightforward decapitation. The pain is in the heart. As the current of death reverses, I sense a deep, crushing isolation. Their wounds are disappearing. Resurrection? Metempsychosis? Or time reversal? Puzzling, I have no knowledge with which to interpret this technology. The cost seems to be what the pain is transferred to one who rewinds. But that seems too small of a price for such a great power, though. The discussion of whether this can be categorized as power should be explored later. I couldn't stop shaking. All of my limbs were trembling from the icy solitude. Still, a moment to collect myself and others, the sinners. I don't know just what they were thinking, but we should be able to find out once we take them down. We dare deceive the executive manager and try to take their life. Prepare thyself. We shall not pay the price of my mockery of justice. Oh my god, look at how she's looking. Oh my god. Look at this look, and look at Rhodey as well. Oh my god. But Don Quixote. Oh, oh, I want Don Quixote to look at me like that. Woo. Yeah, I can do like this lady. Yeah? Oh, unfortunate. And I hope that all would you become fine Platkins. Interesting to say the least.
단순해서 좋건 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
Yeah, we don't have any help with this one, so yeah, okay. This is a one-sided one, okay. No, that's great. Thank you.
일기당천.
Okay, so like that's one of the things, you know, Limbus company always finds a way to make it so that, you know, it makes us feel that the trusting people is not a good idea. You know? Unless, you know, the it's always at the beginning where it's like, you know, you should never trust people like at face value. Oh yeah, I guess this is not that far away from the city. I can see the parallels. I can definitely see the parallels. So I get it. Wait, did it say something in Spanish?
제가 괜히
Is this the Spanish Inquisition?
것이 아닌
Weapon slice,
단테
cell injection.
이런 부수적인 효과를 기대했었죠.
Just kill him. Since you have now that, you can do that. Or actually do this, and you can do that. Oh, this is some banger song though. Hey, hey, hey.
실수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨지는 자 누구 하나 살리게 보내지 마라.
Wow, still didn't kill. I thought it was gonna kill.
엄청나게 강한 일격을
Girl, what the fuck?
가져.
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하긴 하군. 이제 그 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어.
Girl, please.
수감자.
Thank you, girlie. Thank you. Oh my god, both of us are rolling like stupid. We're both rolling so stupidly, bro. Rolling high? Who the fuck is that? That's almost like I feel like they're saying. Oh no, you should do that actually. Hopeless? Okay, girl, we are entering on a post, man. What the fuck? Okay, it seems like. Never mind, I have to do this. Struggling. Oh god. Uh oh. Oh, maybe I can just do this. Yeah, dominating bitch. Then I should do this. And then I should do that. The only problem is that that one is going to attack. Ah, it's fine. One attack is not gonna do much.
불가위야.
Watch them fucking kill me right now. I feel like that's gonna become like something. I feel like that's gonna become, maybe not now, but I think that's. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell are you, bro? You kind of look like my cousin. What the hell? No, I'm talking about blood, like bloodkin. Are they kind of squid like me? What the fuck? I don't really associate it with these guys. Girl, what the fuck is up with this rolls, man? Gregor! Gregor, thank you, Boogie. Thank you, Boogie. That's how you roll. Show them how to roll, baby.
이렇게 시원하게 처리해. 보는 맛이
Rodion? Rodion? Your husband did. Okay, there we go.
너한텐 지금 알겠지만
There you go, girl. That's how you do it.
전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴테.
She followed the steps of her husband. Well done. It should be good. Yeah. And then this. Then this. And now let's get it rolling. Bye-bye. Let's get it rolling. Keep rolling, 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 roll. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
물어버리자고. 이제
Damn it.
지식에
고작 이 정도 탕류에
I got you. I got you. I got bench. Are you gonna do the follow-up? I don't think she's gonna do the follow-up. Oh no, she did. Good, great, 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 great. There's only one goon left. I'm talking about the, you know, the gooners over here, not me.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
That's it, Gregor, that's it. Roll high. Can we get much higher? Oh my god, girl, please. You should have been able to tell. And with this, that's it.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
도끼를 보내.
뻔.
넌 푸름을 튀우. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
이제
Alright. Rather easy though, still. Something tells me.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네.
Mission accomplished. Something tells me that the
어디 보자.
that the Seaborn are gonna become quite hectic after this. Wait, I think they're heading to. He's running himself into a dead end. Are they seeking refuge at sea? Wait, that's what the ship is. That's where they're headed. They're trying to aboard the vessel masses. Wait, but we never told them that the ship was repaired, so how? Well, and obviously the whole village is on it. And they're surprised that they'd send someone to spy on us or a way to ship afloat in even its broken state, eh? Vessel masas? Vessel Rebelión de las Masas. The ship is moored. The ship is moored in that direction. But it can be. Irene, who was preoccupied with battle, and the rest of the followers of the Church of the Deep, who were in hiding, quickly gave chase. Both Fabius and the villagers were already aboard the repair ship, slowly departing the harbor with a horde of sea terrors between us and them. How can a press of that size become operational this fast? The exterior, the name it, must be constructed during the golden age of Iberia. But how are we supposed to chase that? What if we built a raft and rode after them? Mate, come on! This is full of sea terrors. I won't be. It won't get very far before it sinks. Do you see anything? I mean, you keep looking in that direction. Oh! The vessel must soon disappear into a mist, and the village was left empty with never a sign of people ever having been there, as though this getaway had all been premeditated. Living all the mayors. Is she infected? Is she infected? Mayors, are you infected, girlie? We need to know. Actually.
그 외에 임무를 성공적으로 100번만 수행하면 죽은? 설마 소유권을
Okay, guys,
벌써
I think I'm
다
gonna
쓴 거야?
finish stream tonight.
말도 안 돼. 이건 약속이랑 다르잖아.
So you know what? Because I'm feeling really really charitable, and we're probably gonna get the oh well, actually there's no really for rolling anymore, right? Oh wait, I got just enough for one last roll. You know what? Let's just make it a celebratory roll. Why not, right? Let's just make it a celebratory roll for getting all of them, and we got all the egos. Sorry. We got all the eagles over here. We got this one. We got Gregory's lovely eagle. We got Ishmael's, and we have to claim it. And which one was the last one? I already forgot. Honglu. Honglu's as well. So let's do a celebratory poll. Let me just call it like that, you know? Show me the money. Something became... Well, fuck me in the ass. That was nothing. But hey, you know what? I'm not gonna be that harsh, because I might be able to use this for a... Oh right, this one. I might be able to use this later on for a... What is it for? For the Otis Tremor one. Well, we added. You know what I mean? Well, we added. Why not? Well. Wait. Okay, get up. Okay, get up. What's up? Yeah, why not get the I already have my tremor team, so but I do need one left. I do need one more for it to be complete because I'm using the lot of Hang Wang to help with the Mal branch. So yeah. Now, well, I wonder what that dude is gonna come into the fray. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, okay, so I guess this one, but it's only 10, but it's 5 of them, so it might be enough. This one is gonna be a lot of them, which we will need a lot of them. It's 4 egos. We got he and wow. We got he and wow. That's gonna take so much thread. It's gonna be impossible to even in the event itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll try to make another Limbus company stream sooner than later. But for the moment, everybody, I shall call it a night. With everyone over here, will allow me to call you all off for the night. It was a lovely time having you here, guys. I love all of you, and yeah, please take care, everybody. Okay? Please take care. Please take care. I hope that you all have an amazing time. And well, we're gonna do this later on. Okay, everybody. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.